Hello everyone, I'm Ganna McIntyre, and I just got home from seeing the new film, The Drama, which is ironically a comedy. Hollywood, am I right? But this movie stars Robert Pattinson and Zendaya, who I like quite a bit as an actress. I'm not on the Zendaya hate train that the internet seems to be on. I think people just don't like her because she's in everything that we like. And Robert Pattinson, of course, is a brilliant actor. But if you've seen the previews for this, you probably think it's a quirky indie rom-com about a couple that's about to get married, and they start to realize things that annoy them about each other, and they're deciding whether or not they want to still get married. A pretty standard plot. That is not at all what this is. This is as dark as a comedy can be. What it is it's about a couple that, in a sort of a drunken night, a week before their wedding, a dark secret comes out about one of them that has to do with some very serious subject matter that gets talked about on the news quite often. And the other one has to decide whether or not they want to continue the relationship. And I really like movies that try to not necessarily make the audience uncomfortable, but sort of put the audience on the spot with a very hot topic in society at the time. And they really try to ask the hard questions of the audience and within the characters within the movie about that subject matter. And I like this movie because of that. And it goes for some of the darkest comedy humanly possible. I mean, I work around comedy clubs quite a bit, and there were some jokes in here that even had my mouth on the floor. I couldn't believe they just went for that. So that was, I guess, a little refreshing. And yeah, it was very clever how it used this very familiar setup of the week before a wedding to sort of talk about this issue, as well as a little bit about relationships in general, and when do we forgive and when do we forget, and what even is forgiveness. So yeah, I thought this was a very interesting movie. It does come to sort of a non-conclusion at the end, which that bothered me a little bit. It reminded me a lot of a movie that I also enjoyed that came out last year, After the Hunt, that also kind of took a sort of cop-out ending with this idea. But overall, I thought it was enjoyable, and I think a lot of people should see it. I will warn you, though, the subject matter that's depicted, I won't say what it is because they're keeping it under wraps, is something that could be considered triggersome or uncomfortable to a lot of viewers. So if you're somebody who gets upset about news stories, I might say stay away from this one. But other than that, I enjoyed this. So yeah, I'd say check it out. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Follow for more content like this. Thanks for watching.